I found out the truth about my father during a random Tuesday at a hospital. My dad spent 27 years as a firefighter in a small town in Ohio. Everyone knew him. The guy who ran into burning houses while everyone else ran out. The guy who fixed neighbors' roofs for free and grilled burgers for the whole block every 4th of July. When I was 24, he needed surgery. Nothing life-threatening, just a kidney problem that doctors said might require a transplant eventually. The hospital called me first. "We need immediate family to come in for blood testing," the nurse said. "Sure," I told her. "I'm his son." There was a pause. Then she said something strange. "Well, sometimes children aren't compatible, but we'll test." I didn't think about it twice. I showed up that afternoon, rolled up my sleeve, and let them draw the blood. 2 hours later a doctor walked into the waiting room holding a clipboard. He looked uncomfortable. "Are you sure you're his biological son?" he asked. I laughed a little. "Yeah, pretty sure." He looked at the chart again. "Because genetically, you're not a match in a way that suggests you may not be related." The words just floated there in the air. Not related. I felt like the floor had dropped 2 feet beneath me. I drove straight to my parents' house after that. My dad was sitting on the porch like he always did after dinner, drinking iced tea and watching cars go by. He saw my face and immediately knew something was wrong. "What happened?" he asked. I sat down next to him and said it as plainly as I could. "The doctor says I'm not related to you." He didn't even look surprised. Not a little bit. He just stared out at the street for a long moment, then took a slow sip of his drink. "I wondered when that might come up," he said quietly. My stomach twisted. "You knew?" He nodded. "Your mom told me when you were about 2 months old." My brain couldn't keep up. "You stayed?" I asked. He gave me a small smile. "Kid, I'd already learned how you like to be held." He leaned back in the chair. "You had this thing where you'd grab my finger when you fell asleep, wouldn't let go for hours." He shrugged like it was the most obvious thing in the world. "Once that happens, biology doesn't mean much." I stared at him. All those years flashed through my head at once. Teaching me how to ride a bike. Driving me to baseball practice at 6 a.m. Helping me move into my first apartment. Every birthday. Every Christmas. Every terrible school play where he clapped like I'd just won an Oscar. "You never wanted to know?" I asked. He shook his head. "Nope. Why not?" This time he looked right at me. "Because I already knew who my son was." The sun was setting across the street, turning the sky orange behind the houses. After a minute he stood up and stretched his back. "Now," he said, "are you still coming to the hospital tomorrow?" "Of course," I said. "Good," he replied. "Because the doctors say if I do need that kidney